since yesterday. Funnily enough, when you let the brain go, it doesn't just think about the things that are predictable. Obviously, I've had time to think about grief and loss and the lessons that I should draw from there, keeping in better touch with my people and not leaving things and assuming we will be here for a long time. Those are all lessons. But as I laid awake, as my brain wandered in the places that were predictable, maybe it's just my brain, it also began to wander in places that were unpredictable, and it started replaying some conversations that I had had with some colleagues yesterday. The first one, younger colleague and I are talking, and the person says, people like you are so lucky. Your CV is solid. I wish my CV was this solid and things would just happen for me. The first time the person said it didn't fully register, and as is typical with me, I also wanted to explore and make sure that I did not misunderstand anything, that I understood where the person was from. So we got further on in the conversation. So somebody says, yeah, you should make a change to go to higher education. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And she jumps right in again. Yeah, you should. With a doctorate degree, oh, you should just get into it. Yeah, why don't you? So that brought the conversation around. There were other members of the group who already teach in higher education, and I said to one of them, actually, can you deal me in? Can you share my CV with your HR and your people? Because I am interested in making a move in a while. Not this academic year, but going forward, it is something I am interested in. And she's like, well, yeah, you should. And then I knew it was time for me to pick her up, and I said to her, what you have on your CV is not the only thing you need, you know. Actually, having all the credentials and putting your application on, especially here, putting your application on the university system without knowing anybody, without anything that will flag up it would just sit there. A year ago, just over a year ago, I met a person I had been messaging for a long time. And then the person was telling me that they wanted to engage with me. I'm like, I have been contacting you for a long time. He says, oh, is it through the university official email? I don't think anybody even has access to that, you know. Nobody sees that. And I'm like, well, yeah. So here I am with this younger colleague, and I'm telling her, it takes a little bit more for things to fall in your lap, even when you have ticked all the boxes. It takes a while. It takes time. It takes strategy. For me, the strategy now is networking, making sure that those who could recommend me know me, so that if the time comes and their recommendations are needed, they might be inclined to recommend in my favor. That's the strategy. That brings us to the second one. Getting people to trust you and to get to know you doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You must be willing to play long games. Long games. You must be willing to invest. So I was telling this person that you must be willing to invest. Then another person jumps in. Well, he has got the job that is ideal right now. Everybody wants his job. Everybody wants his job. We have had conversations, me and him have had conversations about wanting his job. And he is one who is very particular. He's around my age. I think when we get to this age, we begin to see our responsibilities a little bit more, and we take it a little bit more seriously. We are likely to act in the good of others. And so he jumps straight in and he says, well, I always say to people, and I'm going to say it yet again, it takes a long time for some of these things to happen. I could see the surprise in this younger person's face. So he quantifies it. It took him 4 years to get this job. 4 years. 4 years to get this job. 4 years of sending some initial applications. 4 years of attending conferences and events where some of these people who make these decisions will be present. 4 years of exhibiting yourself, demonstrating your skills, letting your uniqueness come across. 4 years. And actually 7 or 8 interviews where he failed in the same organization. And I could see surprise register on her face. And when that happened, I knew that we had made the point. Well, hopefully, as you also listen to me, I don't see your face, but I do hope that it registers with you also. 4 years to court one institution. Because you see, this institution is one with a good reputation. And yeah, my engagement with this institution has confirmed the reputation to be accurate. They are people-centric. They really are people-centric. They exercise human agency. They do. It's a wonderful place to be. Wonderful place to be. Beautiful place to be. 4 years. He knew this place. He knew it was good. He understood all the reasons why he wanted in here. And yep, took 4 years to work on it. Taking time in a school to attend the events in higher education will cost you, because schools do not need you to be in higher education. So usually you will need to arrange unpaid time to attend these events where you meet people in higher education. Unpaid time. Then you need to sit on their LinkedIn pages and websites and stalk them, because you do not know when the roles are going to come up. You don't. You stalk people. So you do. And he did stalk them. 4 years. Job number 1 came, he applied, did not even get called for interview. Do you quit? No, you don't. You get some feedback and find out what other people did differently to get themselves interviews. So you start practicing those things. And you keep doing those things until they finally call you for an interview. Interview number 1, he was unsuccessful. Made no difference. Found the next job, different type of job, and applied. Interview number 2, they did not get response. Interview number 3, and eventually on number 8, they have nailed their dream job. You see, when you see somebody who is in their dream job, you will not imagine that it took 4 years and 8 job interviews to get here. You will not know. And so here you will be, in your first attempt unsuccessful, second attempt unsuccessful, certainly by third attempt unsuccessful. Most sensible people will just pull the project and say that no honey, you must be here to play the long game. You must come with strategy, and you must come knowing that it will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Know that already. Quickly. Know that already quickly. Understand that already. I've taken time. So now especially when I'm teaching people my software, I am so knowledgeable about that software. I am so intuitive about that software. Yesterday, I found myself building things that will replace even more competitive softwares. Things that I would have paid for, I am now beginning to ease out of. Yes. I am now easing out of all these things. Why? Because I know what to do. I understand what to do. I can predict what to do. I can preempt because I know. How do I know? I have spent time in the wilderness. I have explored. I have been lost, cried many tears, seeking for a way home. But yeah, when that happens to you and you finally find your way home, you are very clear of how to get home. There's a boy who is writing, he's delivering this speech today. I will encourage him to post, and when he chooses to post, I will share for you to watch. I will not be able to post his speech. He will have to post, and when it's in the public domain, I can repost. When that happens, I will repost so you can listen. They have a farm, and their farm is near what he thought was a military base. Eventually, he's discovered that it wasn't even a military base. It's an artillery training school. Shooting range training. And being a teenage boy, just before sundown, decided to go and explore with his cousin. And they were busy messing about, so they did not realize how lost they were until they were in the middle of it, with no way home. With no way home. It is beginning to get dark, and you don't know the kind of things that go on in these ranges. Who knows what if their training will be at night? And if these guys were here training, not expecting, because there are notifications all the way around, do not enter private property, do not enter, do not enter, do not go beyond this point, it is dangerous to be here, and they had seen all those things. Being children, completely ignored it until they have found themselves in the middle of this. And he tells the story of the desperate attempt to try and figure out how to get along, and then eventually, just when he was at despair point, he realized that there are these pylons, you know, the power lines, and something connected, that the power lines actually go past their farm, just at the entrance of their farm. So he came up with a decision. He was just going to follow the pylons and follow the pylons for an hour. It was not an hour, it did not take them an hour to get here, but they were going to follow along the pylons for an hour. And if they didn't see anything that was familiar, it meant that they were going the wrong direction. Then they would turn around and drive 2 hours and hope that the petrol will be enough. Then the cousin suddenly also realized, oh, the sun. When the sun sets in the farm, it sets at that direction. So looking at where we are at, I have a feeling that if we go in that direction, we might be in the direction of the farm. And so eventually they went on these two principles and ended up away from the military base and discovered the highway that led right to their farm. And he was telling me the other time, the lessons he's taking from this is to stop, breathe, pause, and to think in your moment of desperation. But the long-term effect is that now he knows how to navigate his way out of most scenarios. Look at clues, look at signs, look at the clues, and use the clues to help yourself. Wow. Oh wow. What a lesson. But that's what the wilderness does to you. When you are in the wilderness, if you are not stupid and you don't die in the wilderness, you will come out of the wilderness with lessons. You will come out of the wilderness with frameworks, with strategies that will be long lasting, whose impact would be felt in your life way after your trip, your stint in the wilderness. So nothing is dynamic on this screen right now. So if you've typed anything, if you've made any comments, it has not come through. Be patient. When I have an opportunity, sometimes the network will flick and then messages and whatever will pop up. If not, today is busy, but when I finish what I'm doing and I get on the social media streets, I will read your comments and I will respond. Hopefully today my AI fares better. Yesterday, when my AI was trying to respond to grief messages, I discovered that we have training gaps. So yeah, my AI and I will be back in training, okay? I'm going to teach it to handle emotions. So far, we haven't got them to be anywhere close to being human. Being human has so many dimensions. So yeah, I have trained my AI to be superior in knowledge to any human. The content it holds, the information it holds, phenomenal. It can answer any questions about my business. It does. But it could not understand grief. And not only could it not understand grief, it could not react to grief. It did not know how to respond to grief. Hopefully, your comments, your typical comments, it is doing much better at. And it doesn't leave your comments unanswered. And hopefully, the answers it gives you are also to your satisfaction. Have a lot of things going on in my mind, and I hope that some of these things that I share with you also trigger you to have a lot going on in your mind and to lead you towards some resolve, some decisions, some directions that might be beneficial. It takes time to get what you want. It takes effort to get where you want to be. Oh, Mama. Yesterday I was talking to somebody who wants to do a master's degree. I said to the person, it's likely to take you 2 years. 2 years. Like, yeah. Depending on the masters, some people do it in 1. But knowing you and how overcommitted you are, similar to how overcommitted I was, it probably will take you 2 years. Holding a full-time job, doing all these things, and then writing your thesis and submitting it. not. It takes 2 years. I'm like, yeah. Oh, so how long does the doctorate take? And I bust out laughing. Look, if you are whining and moaning about the length of time it takes for a master's, is it even worth talking to you about the other one? Yeah, those who do it full time take a few years. Again, those of us who do it part time take even longer. And if you do it part time and you do the research the way I did, and you are interrupted by COVID and the rest of it, yeah, it took a long time. Yeah, the good things in life, they come to those who wait. Good things, they come to those who wait. But when you wait, when you persevere, when you hang on, and you eventually get to places where people are not willing to wait for, when you get the things that most people are in a hurry to get but will not get in a hurry, that's the thing. They are in a hurry, but you will not get it in a hurry. Those who wait are those who get. Yes. And then you have a lot of people who aspire to be where you are at. Like this colleague yesterday that we all want to be like. He's in a job that we all want. And few of us knew what it had taken. I like this guy's life. University professor in his fancy little sports car, Silver Fox. If he ever had children, they are already grown and flown the nest. He's living his best life. That's my next reality. Oh, may the Lord grant it exactly as I dream and hope. Okay. Yeah, when I get to this age, I'd like, if I'm still working in education, I'd like to be a uni professor. I don't know if I'd like this small car. I'm not into small cars. But look at him, look at him. Can you hear him revving? Yeah. When you see people like that, you want to be them, right? You want your children to be grown. Hey, you do know that before your children have grown and flown the nest, you would have to give birth to them and raise them. Hey! If those of us who are in those trenches would be brave enough to tell you what we are experiencing in those trenches, hey, you will feel sorry for us. It's no easy. It's no easy. It's tough. Not easy, it's tough, it takes time, but that's how it is. And if you are willing to invest the time, then you might be in to get what most people want. Hold on a sec. Good things come to those who wait. But don't just sit there and wait and allow time to lapse. That will not get you what you want. What you want will come to you when you execute your strategy and you allow it the time it takes to mature. But you must execute the strategy. Can somebody explain this, my behavior, to me? Why do I always go the long way? Why? And now, on the last day of this exercise is when this idiot has decided that this behavior doesn't make sense. Okay, we are going to find out today why this idiot has always gone through that door. Maybe the key fobs here work differently. Maybe that's why. We're going to find out. Anyway, good morning. I trust you are well. I'm heading in. A big day. Morning. Going in on a big day. With a lot of things to be done. A lot of work to be done. So I will not be in touch during the day. But when I am done, we can engage, yeah? Finally, a message has popped in. Ridiculous. Yes. I don't even know. I do not know. Pray for me that my key fob works. Yes, it does. Hold on. Good morning. Are the lifts around here somewhere? Where are the lifts? Oh, just right here. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, floor 2. Thank you. See? I think I have made it to the other side. Mary, how you doing? It's good to see all of you. But I've got to go. I'll speak to you guys in a bit, yeah? Okay. Bye.